The New York Jets rookies reported for camp today. The rest of the team will join them on Tuesday. Jets football is almost back, so let's get fired up.
Ricky New York is about to go live. We've been through hell, but we still survive. So call it now. I want all the smoke. I'm here to give fans a reason to hope. They continue to build, and soon enough, the Jets will be winning. Now let's get fired up.
All right. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. We are only 20 subscribers away from hitting 400, which is our goal by the preseason. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. If you're a Jets fan, please share this channel with at least one other Jets fan. If everybody can get just one person to subscribe, we can easily hit our goal. So, lots to look forward to. While you're here, hit that like button as hard as you can. So, the New York Jets rookie class reported to camp today. The veterans, the rest of the team, will report on Tuesday. And we will have our first practice to break down for you on Wednesday. But what that means is Jets football is back. It's time. It's time to get this thing rolling. All this talk that we've done about the draft class, about the free agents, about the guys we traded for, all that hope that I had built up for this season, well, it's time to watch those plans get put into action. I do want to catch up on a couple of things. The last show that we had, I overlooked a small piece of Jets business. The Jets had unveiled their whiteout uniforms that we will be wearing during the home opener against Green Bay on week 2. And I forgot to talk about it. I forgot to put these pictures up there, that helmet looks awesome, by the way. You know, I would prefer that look with the green face mask, but this looks dope too. That does look really cool. So yeah, I wanted to get to that since I overlooked it last week. And once again, tonight's show, which was kind of an unscheduled show, but like every other show this month, is dedicated to my beautiful wife, Cheryl, my best friend. So training camp is upon us. And tonight I'm gonna give you one player from each position group to keep an eye on as we progress towards the start of the season. Also, guys, tonight, Valerie, good to see you. Tonight was kind of a special show. I initially had a show scheduled for tonight, and then I canceled it. And I figured, I don't want to do a show just for the hell of it, just to do a show. And even though the rookies did report today, there was no practice today. There was not really anything to break down. So I was gonna wait and just do my show on Tuesday like normal. Um, however, uh, Bill M, who's in the chat, uh, tremendous member of our community, always the first guy here. Always the first guy here. First one to hit the like. First one to leave a comment. Uh, Bill, your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. But right now, uh, he could use our help, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and Bill's been going through a little bit of a tough time. And, I know that Nick Shine did something similar, but we got a really small goal tonight. Okay. We need to come up with like another 40, $50 to help Bill out. And so I'm going to go ahead and put his Cash App information up there. And Bill, you let me know if anything comes in, and kind of keep track of it. And, but yeah, I mean, we need to help him come up with like another 40, $50. Keep his bills paid, keep him here. We want Bill to be here. We want him to be, in the chat. So there's his Cash App information. Everybody, if anyone who, if you can afford it, just send like $10. Like if we can get like 4 or 5 people to send in $10, and that takes care of that. It's a very small goal. I'm only asking for just the bare minimum of what is needed. I'm not asking for anything, above or beyond that. So, hoping that since it's a small goal that we can reach that and help him out. So, thank you to everybody. Oh yeah. Absolutely. And I was trying to make like an animated video of that for tonight, but the AI was just working a little bit slow. It's still in the process of making that video. Hell, it could be tomorrow morning before I look at and see that thing is done. But and I can answer that question. Yes, he is, Hawk. Very good catch there. Which I thought the same thing. Which I already knew that. I already knew that he was a drummer prior to that. But whenever he sent me, his Cash App tag, as soon as I saw it, I was like, Sabian. Oh, right on, right on. But yeah, at any rate, so absolutely. So the Jets are going to report to camp on Tuesday, and we've got a lot of expectations for this year. From a lot of these guys, whether it be Kenyon Sadiq or Omar Cooper or David Bailey, and every day when I look at X, there's a post about how nobody's talking about David Bailey. He was the number 2 overall pick, and nobody's talking about him. We haven't had any padded practices. Okay, you're not going to be able to see your pass rushers until the pads come on. So we will be getting a good look at him coming up for the first time. But I'm actually going to start off on the other side of the ball. I'm going to start off on the offensive side of the ball. And there's a lot of good candidates here, you know, offensive line wise. Armand Membu, I mean, was great as a rookie. Uh, he did such a tremendous job against some of the better pass rushers in the league. T.J. Watt, Miles Garrett. Um, Olu was very solid. You know, it'll be nice to see it if he takes yet another step. Joe Tipman, really good at guard. Just got paid. However, the guy that I'm going to be keeping my eyes on as training camp begins is going to be Dylan Parham, the left guard that we acquired from the Raiders. Now, according to teammates, he has had a seamless transition and has fit right in with that group, and they haven't missed a beat. I want to see that with my own two eyes. I would like to see that with my own two eyes. But if that's true, you know, if he is equal to or better than what Simpson was, then that's going to be a good thing. You know, that's going to be one of our stronger units, I do believe. And so I'm looking really forward to watching Dylan Parham. And I know the Raiders were bad last year, and their offensive line was a big part of that. However, if you go onto YouTube and you look up Ashton Genty highlights from last year, a lot of the big runs that Genty had, Parham was out there leading the way. So I do like his run blocking. And listen, we're going to run the ball. So that's going to be a big factor. You know, how quickly he can be up to speed. You know, can that unit come out hitting on all cylinders right from day one? A lot's going to depend on our offensive line. And last year we were fortunate. We had all five guys, you know, start the whole season, every game. Nobody missed a game. But the year before that, I think we used like 16 offensive linemen during the course of the year. We had guys that were off the street that you never heard of before. But yeah, I mean, it's been like 12 offensive linemen, you know, 16 offensive linemen. Like you know, the couple of years before that were bad. So awesome. Adirondack, what's up, man? Good to see you. But yeah, this offensive line, I think it's going to be one of our better units, and you know, something we can kind of hang our hat on. You know, that's one area of the team we don't really have to worry about. Yeah, I mean, yes, Josh Myers is not great. However, I think if the other four guys around him can be good, it can kind of mask his deficiencies a little bit. But yeah, I think we can get by for the year with him, is what I'm saying. And we have enough cap and, you know, enough draft capital next year that we can easily get a center, a backup linebacker, or a replacement linebacker if Sherwood is no longer here. Whatever the case may be. At any rate, moving on to tight ends. And listen, I'm going to tell everybody right now, like, yes, Sadiq is you know, a freak. He's a physical freak. You know, guy ran a 4.3940 with a hernia. That being said, like, don't expect him to come out and light it up. Like, you know, he's not going to have like 100 yards and a touchdown or two in week one. Like, it's going to take him a while to get going. Tight ends usually take a little bit to develop and get going. I do think they'll have packages for him. I do think that, you know, they'll have certain plays where they'll have him out there, and they're going to find a way to get him on the field. I mean, he was the 16th overall pick. They're going to find a way to get him out there. But I would say temper your expectations a little bit with that. And my player to watch at tight end is going to be Mason Taylor. Man, I'm curious to see how things work out. He didn't really blow me away during the mini camp, and granted, that's just in shorts and stuff. But with Sadiq sidelined, and him getting increased snaps, like he didn't really do much with it, and I hope to see more from him. Now, dude, Geno Smith has been constantly posting stuff online, videos of him working out and him working out with Mason Taylor during this downtime. And A.D. Mitchell was there for a little while working out with them. There have been a couple of guys that have been down there to work out with Geno during the off time, but Mason Taylor has been there the whole time. He's the only guy that has been there every single day, start to finish. And I like that. I like that he's putting in the work. And listen, Mason Taylor was having a real good year last year before he got hurt. And, we all know he comes from an NFL bloodline, so he's got that pedigree. But absolutely, man. To throw on your new shirt, and whenever you get done eating, we'll be here. But yeah, man, building that chemistry with Geno and him and Mitchell both. So I like that, and I'm really curious to see what Mason Taylor is going to do this year. Now, I just mentioned A.D. Mitchell, and dude, you guys know, I am an A.D. Mitchell fan, big time. That's my guy. AD's, he's going to blow up this year. He's going to be really good for us. AD is ready to explode. Oh yeah. It's just awesome. The one in the middle where he's on fire looks fucking killer. Dude, I'm telling you what. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm hyped for this shit. AD Mitchell, 62 receptions, 843 receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns. That has been my prediction for months now. I stand by it. I mean, hell, he might do even better than that. But, dude, he's got that size speed combo that not a lot of guys have. And he can be a downfield threat for us, And Geno likes to put the ball down the field, man. And you know what? Frank Reich likes to push the ball down the field too. So, when you've got a receiver that fits what your coordinator likes to do, that fits, what your quarterback's strong points are, like it's just a good thing to have. And the fact that these two have worked so much together already and have built that chemistry, like we were talking about, is awesome. So yeah, AD Mitchell, I think, is going to have a breakout year, as a lot of the guys. I think that both Garrett and Brees will both have career years this year. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to an offense that can actually score points, where we can be consistent and stay in games. And that all has to do with the quarterback, man. Like, You know, for years it seems like we said, you know what, if we could just have average quarterback play, the defense is good enough that we should be a good team. And we've never gotten that average quarterback play. I mean, I guess you could say the 1 year with Rodgers, but even that was kind of skewed with the way things got weird with him force feeding Devontae and ignoring Garrett and that whole thing. So, I mean, I guess you could count that one. I would probably put a little asterisk next to that myself. But yeah, the quarterback play is you know going to make all the difference in the world. And moving on to the next position group is going to be quarterbacks. And you know what? I could easily say, Geno Smith, is the quarterback that I want to see the most. And while that's true, that would be kind of like the easy way out. I'm really curious to see what becomes of this Klubnik versus Zappi battle for the backup spot. I want to see if Klubnik can really, really take a step. And yes, Coach Glick, we are talking about that. All three phases playing well enough to complement each other. Listen, I think we've got an offense that's going to put up some points. Uh, I think our special teams is going to be good again, as they were last year. And yeah, I mean, and we'll see what the defense is with Glenn calling the plays. Uh, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring on a caller. Maddie, what's up, dude?
I'm rocking my
Looking
fucking shirt,
sharp.
baby. Look at this beast.
So sweet, dude.
Dude,
Fucking,
I love it.
this
Thank
thing.
you so much. Like I say, I opened the package. I showed my daughter, and she doesn't even know who Metallica is. And she was like, that is sick.
I dig it, man.
Dude, it's fantastic. I love it.
I've been having a lot of fun lately, redoing rock album covers to make thumbnails for the show and messing around. But that particular idea, dude, I think I came up with that like last year.
Well, if you want me to dress up like Dee Snider and we'll do a collab on a Stay Hungry cover, I'm your guy.
Right on. I will let you know because
you know what's funny is so the other day we were talking metal and you had mentioned Cinderella on the show, and I was like, those guys don't get enough credit. They fucking they own the '80s. Like everybody knew who Cinderella was in the '80s. They're not on iTunes.
Really?
Like they have like one or two songs on like a soundtrack or whatever, but like their catalog's not on there. Because I was sitting there, we're talking about like metal, and I was like, dude, I said, so I was making a case for Cinderella, and I was like, I don't fucking have my tapes anymore or my CDs. And I was like, I'm just gonna buy them. Couldn't find them, so I'm like, well, guess I'm gonna have to hit the old record stores, baby.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, and dude, I did. Let me see when. Dylan Terraman came on the show, we were doing like a deep dive into draft prospects or something. So I used that Dio Holy Diver cover.
Okay.
And redid that one with myself instead of the Demon. And then likewise, I did for the draft, I did instead of the number of the beast, it was the number 2 overall pick.
Okay.
But it was like me instead of Eddie,
right?
Controlling the devil like a puppet. But dude, I've been having a blast with those.
I want to make a painkiller cover of me riding a tricycle, looking totally stupid.
You know what? I did have one that was like me, and I had the wings from the Screaming for Eagle.
The Screaming for Vengeance.
Eagle. Yeah, so it's like me as an angel, but I had those wings. That was cool as shit looking.
Yeah, I got a Screaming for Vengeance t-shirt. I couldn't not have one. Like Priest, when it comes to metal, Priest is like my number one. Like I'm a straight up Judas Priest guy all the way. And it doesn't mean I don't like other bands. Love Maiden, love Metallica, love all those guys. But Priest is like if I had to pick my one band whose catalog I'd keep forever, it would be Priest.
Right. And dude, you know what? I was working at a shop in Tampa, and right next door was a record shop. And
Nice.
at the record store, a lot of times they had like, in-store album signing things with bands and shit. And
When they used to do shit like that.
yeah, when they used to do shit like that. Well, Fight was there for the very first Fight album. They
No
did
way.
an in-store album signing thing. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, the place where I was working at the time, it was like, kind of split in half. Like the front half of the store was all like rock and roll clothing and lifestyle shit like that, and then the back was where the tattoo studio was. Well, I'm sitting back there, in my booth and looking out, through the window into the store, and all of a sudden, here comes fucking Rob Halford walking into our fucking store.
How fucking
And I was like, oh shit. And so I went up, I started talking to him. He was like looking through my portfolio, and he was like, man, he was like, you know what? I like your work. He was like, if I had more time, I would sit down and get tattooed by you. And I was like, oh man, don't even say that shit, like, oh, make time, whatever. But
yeah,
like,
dude,
even as we were talking, the guys that were with him are like, hey man, listen, we need to go. And we're kind of trying to hurry him along. But he talked to me for a couple of minutes, and we took a picture together.
That's awesome, dude.
That I had up in my booth for a long time. And then douchebag kid that worked there that I had to fire ended up taking like the picture of me and Rob, the picture of me and King Diamond. Like he just took all my pictures down that were on my bulletin board and trashed them. Like I tried to get them back from him. And when I finally caught up to him, I'm like, dude, what the fuck did you do with my pictures? He was like, I ripped them fuckers up and threw them in the dumpster out back. And I was like, you're a piece of shit.
That's
so the photos ended up getting lost, but
the memories remain.
Yes, the memories remain, man. Like, dude, that was awesome. And I do got pictures of like me and Phil from Saigon Kick. I tattooed him, and dude, for a while it seemed like every time, and this is going back a ways, obviously, but seemed like for a while every time they came into town they would hit me up and
that's cool.
get together and
I don't have any real awesome metal stories with the exception of we used to have a really small radio station out here when I was out here. I think I was out here on one summer on vacation in Denver, and it was Z-Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 560 AM. Like it was as far left on the AM dial as you could fucking go. And Ricky Rackman from Headbangers Ball had Bang Tango on there. And nobody gave a fuck about Bang Tango, dude. Like, no one cared. But I knew Ricky Rackman was a big Punisher fan. So I called in, and me and Ricky Rackman are talking Punisher and shit. We're talking comics. And I got a Z-Rock sweatshirt from, I was like, hey, man, hook a brother up, dude. Like, let me get a sweatshirt or something. Like, let me get a T-shirt from the radio station. And so he bullied them into giving me a Z-Rock, and the Z-Rock had a big Z and a shark biting it.
Right.
And to this day, I wish I could find that fucking thing. But I rode my bike like 3 miles to the radio station to go pick up my Z-Rock sweatshirt. That's about the coolest like metal interaction I've had. Because I mean, in the 80s again. I was born in 78, so. Right. I was a kid, but I mean, I remember it very vividly. I was definitely a metalhead. Derek, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Good to see you, man.
What's happening, Derek?
Not much, man. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Just got done eating.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
Nice to hear it.
Yeah, I didn't know we weren't doing a show tonight, so I was like, until like late yesterday. So I was like, oh, all right, well, whatever. So.
Heck yeah.
Gives me an excuse to call in here.
I wasn't going to do one myself. However, You know, I changed my mind, being that there was a member of our community that needed our help. I decided to go ahead.
What
and
happened?
do so. And Bill's, you know, he's had some health issues and he's not
Bill's
working
our
right
dude,
now.
right?
And you know, Nick helped him out a little bit, you know, trying to get the rent thing taken care of. But he's got an electric bill that was due today, so we're trying to see if we couldn't come up with like the last $50 of that to try to get that knocked out for him. So, like I said, you know, anybody that can donate, it would be much appreciated. But Bill's a great member of this community. Like I said, always the first one here, always the first one to show his support and hit that like and leave a comment. So I mean, even if it's only, you know, $5, $10, whatever, you know, if we could get 4 or 5 people to throw in $10, that would help him out. So help him keep the lights on and keep him in the chat, man. He can't be in the chat and can't be here, you know, with no power. So there is Bill's Cash App that's on the screen. If you don't have Cash App, you can, if you've got Zelle, you can Zelle the money to me, and I will make sure that it gets right over to him immediately. But yeah, thank you to everybody, you know, for tuning in, and you know, hopefully we can help him out. Like, I'm not working myself right now, so it sucks. Like, you know, if I was working, I would have just gave him all of it right now.
No, I'm working right now and it sucks. So
yeah, so I get it. Like, you know, what little bit of money I do have was from my final check, and there ain't no more coming in after that, and that number keeps getting lower, and so I get it, man. I totally get it. So hopefully there's a new job on the horizon. I filled out a bunch more apps today, and I've got some different career paths that I'm exploring now.
yeah, I don't know what the job market's like in Florida, man. So
it's not good. Yeah, I mean, there's places that are hiring, but there's so many people looking for work that it's tough right now. And but I'm looking into some other jobs that you know, Clancy actually one night on here suggested some things to me that I hadn't thought about. So I'm trying to look into some like remote jobs where I can work here, you know, and work from home. And oh, that would be nice, man.
That's cool.
If I could sit at the computer in the air conditioning all day and work.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Be
I do have some interesting news. My buddy is at Comic-Con, and I don't know if you guys are fans of Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
Well, apparently Ryan Gosling is going to be Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I saw that today.
I'm in for it. I think I like Gosling, and I think that's going to be fucking cool. I don't know if it's a show or a movie. I got to do a little research, but
yeah, I saw that he had been cast too. So yeah, I mean, you know,
I'm just curious: is he going to be Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch? Because I kind of want him to be Danny Ketch, and I want an older guy to be Johnny Blaze who comes in and is like, "Yo, man, I had that before."
Right, and they very well could do that.
That's what I would do, but what do I know? I've only been reading comics for 40 fucking years.
Right. Yeah, I did see that earlier today. And, you know, we've got that. We've got, you know, Adam Driver, Mr. Sinister. You know,
is he Mr. Sinister? I thought he was Magneto.
The first rumors that came out said Magneto, but like that only lasted like maybe 24 hours.
Oh,
and
man, I don't want him to be Mr. Sinister. I don't. Mr. Sinister is like 5 years away. Like that should not be the first villain in the X-Men reboot.
I didn't think so either, but I don't know. I'm still waiting for one of these shows because for a while they were talking about doing the Nova show.
I have no interest in that.
Yeah, which I wasn't crazy about.
Marvel's cosmic shit just doesn't appeal to me.
No, but they were going to have the bad guy. They said they were going to have Annihilus, and they were going to do like the Annihilation.
But Annihilus is an FF villain. You know what I mean? So like, again, they fumbled Fantastic Four so hard, dude. I made such a killing last summer because I told my money guy. It's so fucking weird to say I have a money guy, but I was like, look, invest in DC. Superman's gonna clean up. Fantastic Four is gonna suck, and I was 100% right. FF
Right.
didn't so much suck, but it was like a C- movie at best. And once again, they screwed it up. And we were talking about this at work. So after Secret Wars, they're going to basically reboot the Marvel Universe. What they really ought to do is do the Ultimate Universe from 2004. That way you can bring in, eventually you can kill Peter Parker and bring in Miles Morales. You can do a billion different things, but I don't know, man. The only Marvel movie I'm even remotely excited about, and I'm a Doctor Doom guy, is the new Spider-Man that comes out next Friday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, dude, I'm all over that. Like,
yeah, it's going to be great.
Right now, as far as like, upcoming events or whatever, like that's the only one. Like that's the only one that's on my oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. So, sorry, I'm like multitasking, but that's like the only thing that's on my calendar for like upcoming events. It's like Spider-Man and that's it. Like I don't have anything.
Yeah, I want to like Doomsday, but I'm gonna wait for the reviews on Doomsday. Is how I feel. Like,
yeah, there's been dude, I will probably be going out to see that.
I'll see it eventually, but it's not going to be like a day one. I gotta be there type thing.
Right. I probably would be, to be honest with you.
If they don't take Dr. Doom's mask off at all, I have no problem with it. But what I'm worried about is there's going to be a scene where like the mask flies off, probably knocked off by Chris Evans. He's gonna be like, Tony? Huh? Shut up, dude. Like, one of Dr. Doom's biggest mistakes is that he never takes his mask off. You never see his face.
Well, see, originally I was like, I can't think of the guy's name. It was killing me. I couldn't think of it earlier. And, a month from now, it'll come to me out of the blue because that shit happens. Like, dude, 4 or 5 shows ago, probably, I was talking to Luppy on here one night, and we were trying to think of this Indianapolis Colts running back. That he had been injured and he came back from injury and he was actually pretty good for him. And then, obviously they got, Jonathan Taylor, but this guy kind of bounced around from team to team and didn't do anything after the Colts, but I couldn't think of his name. And I was like, it's killing me because I had him in fantasy and that year he was good. He actually helped me get into the playoffs and couldn't think of it. And then like 2 days ago, I was like walking around in here cleaning. I went, Marlon Mack, fucking A, like it just came to me. And so, and I wasn't thinking about it at all, but for whatever reason it did. And this will be the same thing, when it doesn't matter anymore, like later on, I'll think of it. But the guy that was Caecilius in the Doctor Strange movie.
God damn it! Now I'm doing it.
And he played Hannibal in the Hannibal TV show.
Mads Mikkelsen. Thank you.
Yes.
It took me a second. I love that dude. He's great.
Dude, you know what? With that kind of thick European type accent that he has, I thought he would have been the perfect Doctor Doom.
I think he would have been great. I mean, here's the thing. My biggest argument, and Kevin Tattoos is telling me this is an awful take, but I also know that Kevin Tattoos doesn't like me very much. The fact of the matter is that the whole mystique between Doom is that you never see his face. One of the cool things that was always floated out there back in the day was that Dr. Doom's face wasn't even scarred. Like, if you took his mask off, it was just a tiny little like thing right here, and his vanity is why he wore the mask.
Right.
So it's like I don't, like I say, I like Robert Downey Jr. I like the casting. I just don't want this to be a like, oh gosh, it's Tony, but it's not Tony. Like, no, dude, that's fucking dumb. I don't like it.
Dude, listen, you know damn well that there's going to be a scene with him and Tom Holland where fucking he takes that mask off.
I know, and I hate it.
And
look, like, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys are reading Absolute Batman. It's like the biggest comic on the scene right now. Okay, everybody loves it, and it's well written and it's fun. I'm like the one guy with the wire rim glasses who tells you your favorite band used to be cool but sucks now at the concert. I get it, but I have a problem with stories where every fucking buddy knows everybody. I hate it. Prime example of this: the first G.I. Joe movie. Duke used to date the Baroness, and the Baroness's brother is Cobra. No. These motherfuckers don't have to know each other. I hate that. I think it's lazy. And it's like, you know, like Batman, like in Absolute Batman, he grew up with Killer Croc, Two-Face, Riddler, Penguin. Like, they were all childhood friends. I hate that. I hate every bit of it.
right.
Scott Snyder's a good writer. He makes it somewhat relevant. But at the same time, I'm just like, these motherfuckers do not. There's what, 7 billion people on this planet? That would literally be like saying you, me, and Derek were friends together who reunited on YouTube.
Right.
Nonsense. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Your enemy does not have to be somebody who fucking had lunch with your mom. I don't like it, and I don't know. Again, I'm a snob though. Again, I'm one of those guys who's been reading comics since long before the Marvel Universe came out. So
Right.
I'm the same guy who in the 90s, when I'm sitting there reading Sandman, minding my own business, now no one did this to me because I played hockey and shit like that, but like all the mainstream people would be like, oh, you're such a fucking loser comic fag. Da, 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 da. So maybe I'm a little bit of a gatekeeper, and I'm not sorry. But, you know, there's a great movie called Flashback with Kiefer Sutherland. A lot of people haven't seen it. It's Kiefer Sutherland and Dennis Hopper. And
No,
in
I
it,
haven't seen that.
Kiefer Sutherland is an FBI agent, and Dennis Hopper's this old hippie like revolutionary guy who he arrests, and they kind of bond while he's taking him into custody. But Dennis Hopper has a great line, and he says, "It takes a lot more than going down to your local video store and renting Easy Rider to become a rebel," and that's how I feel about this current generation.
Right.
You know, just because you've gone to a few fucking movies doesn't mean you know dick about this field. So.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. Like, you know, everybody doesn't need you know, some lengthy.
And you don't have to give me your
story.
card, but don't sit here and lecture those of us who've been in the game. Is I guess.
Oh yeah. By the way, so I was talking earlier about making thumbnails. Well, I already got the one ready for Tuesday's show, and dude, Aaron Glenn looks
I
like
love
a
that
fucking
one, by the
drunk.
way. I saw that earlier.
Aaron Glenn looks at and dude, and the way they put Frank Reich in there, you know, when Ethan Hawke's body, like he just
That's
fit in there
great.
perfect. Like, yeah, that's just fucking
It's a
great.
good ass movie.
Dude, I have so much fun doing the fucking thumbnails and
Training Day was awesome.
doing stuff for the show. I enjoy it, man. I put a lot into this, and I'm looking so forward to this season.
Yeah, man.
And I had already kind of gone over the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, as far as like guys that I'm looking at, I had mentioned David Bailey earlier. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, you know, he was the number 2 overall pick and nobody's talking about him. Like, you can't talk about a pass rusher until the pads come on. Like there was no pass rushing in minicamp. That's why we're not talking about him. But now we will get to see our first extended look at him. For anybody who wasn't keeping up with you know, current Jets news, oh my gosh, now I'm going to blank on the player. Tyler Barron is one of the players, which that doesn't matter. Honestly, I think that they're going to start him out, you know, on the pup list or whatever as a way to stash him, because I think he's probably not making the 53-man roster But if he's injured, they don't necessarily have to wait him. So, but Tavondre Sweat has a hamstring and was put on the NFL list. Now, from my understanding, it's not a serious injury. It's not expected to be anything lengthy. It very well could be precautionary at this point, but it's Jets news. It's relevant.
It is, but if you've ever read the book Dark Side of the Game by Tim Green, which if you haven't, I definitely recommend it. And you can find it in paperback for like $1. I mean, it's super cheap. He's real honest about training camp. That's one of the big things in his book. And he literally says, every veteran you can find will do everything they can to sit out training camp. So Sweat may have a small thing. I'm not worried about it. It's probably just a, hey, look, my hamstring hurts, so I better not do anything crazy. You know what I mean? So when a veteran's like, I'm not going to be at training camp, I don't sweat that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Pun intended.
Hamstrings can be naggy, but I mean, we don't
have. I mean,
week one's like 7 weeks away.
You icy hot it for a few days. Yeah. You drag it out because you just don't want to do drills in the fucking July, August heat. It's fine. What I want from training camp every year is I want to see the new guys go out there and bust their asses. Show me you belong here.
Yeah, man.
Sweat will 100% be in pads game 1.
Oh yeah, we got like 7 weeks. I'm not worried about that either.
So all right, let's talk about the new helmet.
Yes. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna let you two go first.
I like it. Like I said, I probably would have preferred it with a green face mask. I think it would look cooler with the green face mask. But overall, I like it. Overall, I like it.
I agree. I don't have a problem with it. It's just I feel like it's really unimaginative. It's like it's literally just the negative of the current helmet. But it looks good, it pops.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is, and I said this right on the Jets Twitter, I was like, I wish you guys cared more about winning games than you do about fashion. Every offseason there's like, look how cool we're looking. Okay.
Dude, I said the same thing the other day. I was like, I don't care if they take newspaper and fucking fold themselves up.
Yeah, dude, have a paper mache fucking design. Just win.
Yeah, as long as they win, I don't give a shit what they're wearing.
I really like it. I love the helmet, but I wish we could just win some football games and prove to be a competent franchise before we just start spitting out uniforms every year.
I feel like we're becoming the Raiders 2.0, which is where we, until our owner dies or abdicates, we're just never going to move forward. Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, I don't have the positivity Ricky has for this season.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this season will be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, dude, like I said, I'm not expecting playoffs, but I'm expecting progress. So.
Again, my biggest wish for this season, I think we'll go 7-10, and I think the only reason the Jets will go 7-10 is they're going to have a much easier schedule than the rest of the world because that's what happens when you win 3 games. But I want to just be like watching the game, and again, the games start out here in Denver at 11 a.m. Usually the second quarter starts 11:40, 11:45. I want to keep watching beyond noon. And I still watch, but I want to keep watching.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that said, boys, I got to go to work and get ready and do my thing. But Ricky, I just want to come on again and say thank you for the shirt. Love it, bud. I'm gonna rep it again. The kids thought it was the shit.
Right on. Look, Derek got one today too. Both
boy.
You guys
dude,
got
the back is
today.
Sick.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even realize there was back print until like after like 20 minutes, and I was like showing the kids, and I was like, oh shit.
Looks good, man. Thanks, Rick.
All killer,
Ricky,
no killer.
But that said, boys, I hope you guys have a great night. I hope everybody has a great
buddy.
week. I don't know if we will be on tomorrow, or I'm sure we'll be on Monday. But regardless, and I'm not here to plug my own show. I didn't even say its name. But that said,
dude, plug your show, man. By all means, go right ahead.
Everybody knows. People, like I say, People love us or hate us. It's whatever. You know where I'm at. You know where to find
Midnight
me.
Mike, go ahead.
This
tune
is about
in.
Ricky's show. But that said, I hope everybody has an awesome week. When does training camp open? Like, I want to say
Tuesday.
Yeah, the veterans report on Tuesday, and the first practice will be on Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
So,
I thought it was until Thursday. Even better.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That said, I hope Ricky is right and I am wrong. But either way, thank God football's back. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yes.
Guys, I love all y'all. Appreciate you guys. I love the support you guys all show everybody. And I just hope everybody has an awesome week. And I'm going to have the show on in the background, but I will be getting dressed, getting squared away. But that said, stay cool. I know it's hot out there. And what else?
Yeah.
Oh, for those of you that have Prime, real quick, and I'm not getting paid for this, Masters of the Universe, the new He-Man movie,
Right?
is free.
Oh, yeah.
You have a Prime subscription.
Hell yeah.
Huh.
And
You
it
know
is
what?
worth
I
your
might check
time.
that out.
It's
I-
fun. It's a good time.
I actually sat down last night to start watching Project Hail Mary. And
Oh, that was good too.
I barely turned it on and I ended up falling asleep. And so
Yeah, it's
literally
not going to
seen
keep you on
none
the
of
edge of your seat, but it's good. But
So
as a He-Man fan from the '80s, definitely give
Right?
Masters.
no
the
shit.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
So
You know what? If you hadn't have said that, I probably would have overlooked that one.
I didn't know it was
wasn't
free
high on my
on
list
Prime.
of
Like,
things to watch. But
I was sitting there going, "Oh shit, I missed this in the theater. I had to go check it out." And they were like, "Nah, it's free." And I was like, "Because Amazon basically funded it." So
That makes
I was like,
sense.
"Hell yeah!" So,
That's
anyways, now that I'm done plugging shit for corporations that don't even know my fucking name, everybody have a great week. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. You know, spend time with your family. Yes, and day. I love you.
Have a good
I'll
one,
see
buddy.
you guys later.
Good seeing you, man.
all right, man. Have a good one, Maddie.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's wild that both of you just happened to get shirts today, and you were the two people that called in.
Heck yeah, man. Love it.
Chef
Thanks so
Kevin
much.
should have got his shirt yesterday, technically, and then it went from like looking like it was going out that morning to your package has been delayed, and I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. And he's getting ready to move too in like a week, so like it kind of needs to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was messaging with him today, and I was like, okay, it's saying that it'll be there by Friday, but I'm looking at it and it's in New Jersey already. Like, so
Nice.
you're probably going to get it tomorrow, I would think. So he'll probably end up getting his tomorrow, which I gave him one of the tailgate ones. That's the same one Matt was wearing that looks like the Metallica cover.
That's awesome.
But
yeah, it looked good.
good stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
I can't, I'm not really in a position to do much right now. And for a while I was doing the giveaways, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not working now. I definitely can't do like a giveaway where I give things to every single caller like I was doing for a while. Because dude, not being monetized, like I was paying for all that, but it totally worth it, man. And dude, we've had some really fucking cool giveaways. Luppy won the Garrett Wilson signed helmet.
Heck yeah.
Clancy won the Joe Klecko signed helmet.
Nice.
Shout
out Clancy, he's the man.
Yeah, Nate won that kick-ass looking skull hoodie on the left there that the Jets won.
Sick.
Dude, that thing looks so sharp. Like I wanted one of those for myself, after that. But yeah, man,
hell yeah.
Already Craig, which dude, that blows me away that there's somebody in Australia on the other side of the planet walking around in one of my shirts and
awesome
repping the channel.
Hell yeah.
That's wild. And of course we got Daddy. But
hell yeah.
Kevin, what's up, man?
What up, bro?
Kevin?
What up?
What's up, brother?
That
How you doing?
that shirt that Craig was wearing, I think Addy was wearing the same one. That shirt's fire.
Yeah, dude,
That's
that's
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. With like the black cut sleeve, and then the shirt itself is white.
Yep.
Whatever.
There'll be one of those for this year as well. It's basically the same shirt, just the dates are different. But you know, I didn't put "we're built for this shit." The exact Aaron Glenn quote, but I think it just says like built for war tour.
Yeah, what up, Jake?
2026, and then it's got the dates, you know, of our schedule laid out like a concert shirt would be. You know, it just says like Tennessee with the date, Green Bay with the date, then like that. So
heck yeah.
But yeah, because dude, when I was a kid, I used to, you know, always every concert that I went to, I would always buy a shirt from the concert, and that's what they always were. They were always like the baseball style shells like that. And I thought I had the picture of Green. Dude, I got an awesome picture of Green Bean wearing one of those, and he's like flipping a bird at the camera and shit. I was like, oh fuck, yeah,
hell yeah.
But I gave him one, and he absolutely loved it. And he's like, dude, I've got a huge collection of concert shirts, and they all look just like this. And he was like, the way, and the first one that I did, it was like Revenge Tour, because that's when that was the year we got Aaron Rodgers. And, you know, the story 4 plays in, you know, and I'm like, you know, and it sucked because it was such a good idea, but the year turned out so poorly that, like, you know, let's just say they weren't flying off the shelves. You know, the only revenge that was had was against us fans who were looking forward to something and didn't get it. But you know what? It is what it is. But yeah, dude, those shirts are fucking dope, man. Fucking.
So my initial reasoning for calling in is because Maddie called me out saying something about I fucking hate him or I don't like him or something. Bro, like, you don't know me. Like, I know if you're there, bro. Like, if you're there, just know that you were being a curmudgeon. You were saying some curmudgeon shit, and I just had a different opinion. It's not that I have a problem against you. You had a curmudgeon opinion, and I fucking voiced differently. That's all it was.
You know what?
No qualms. I don't hate anybody.
No. And I don't.
Except for Derek. I hope Derek shits his pants, but that's because he calls me Kevo, and I fucking want to. Every time I hear Derek say Kevo, I want to try and see if I can't wear his whole fucking body as a boot as I stick my foot in his ass.
Love you too, buddy.
Yes. So I hope you shit your pants. No, but like other than that, like I got no hate in my fucking.
Yeah, hate's a strong.
I don't
word.
have energy for hate in my life, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with them.
And listen,
it takes a lot of work to hate.
Sometimes I think, and I'm not using Maddie as an example. I'm just saying in general, when you have opinions that like tend to go against the grain, like I think you get used to that kind of reaction. So sometimes like you think that people are giving you that even when they're not. Like, because I had that the other day. Like, dude, I like somebody was commenting in the chat and I didn't recognize the screen name. And I was like, oh, you know, I was like, are you new here or something? Like just out of curiosity. And next thing I know, the guy was just laying into me. Motherfucker, I've been here for years. Like, and then the guy ended up calling in. Well, when he called in, he used his real name, which was nothing like his screen name. And as soon as I saw him on the screen, I was like, oh, fuck, I know this dude. I've seen a shitload of his calls. You know, he has been calling forever. But I was like, bro, I just didn't recognize the screen. I was asking an honest question. I wasn't fucking with you. I wasn't trying to demean you and say that you're like a newbie or something. Like none of any of that.
Yeah,
like
you're serious.
Yeah, you're taking this all wrong, dude. And we ended up talking and actually getting along well. But man, it started off like real hot right out of the gate. Like, and I was like, damn.
Right. Like, I don't really talk about much of shit. Like, but if you talk about the Jets or whatever, I have my fair share of input. And definitely if you talk anything fucking Marvel or Disney in that realm, I know that's my world, bro. Like, I know that world. yeah, I'm gonna be positive and for it. And like if you're throwing out takes of like something that's very controversial to it, then like obviously if there's a person that's there that has a polar opposite opinion, what's wrong with like disagreeing and like having concourse? It doesn't mean that I dislike anybody or anything like that.
Yeah. I like to be pretty open-minded.
Right, just talking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, like and
absolutely,
if he had gone out and been like, all of the Thor movies are trash, I'd have been like, you're fucking spot on, bro.
Right. Oh my God.
Maybe not all of them. The
you
first
know
one
what?
isn't awful, but like the other two are not great.
The first one was okay. And believe it or not, that's like one of the only Marvel movies that my wife actually liked.
The Dark Elves one is absolutely god awful.
The last one was one of the worst pieces of trash that Marvel.
Well, no. So the last one was Thor Ragnarok, right?
No, the last one was that Love and Thunder garbage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Ragnarok wasn't bad, but that wasn't a Thor movie either, though. You know what I mean? It was a Hulk movie hiding behind the facade of a Thor title.
Yeah, kind of.
It's because they can't make a Hulk movie, so they just put a Thor movie and just instead of having Thor have a sidekick, Thor was the sidekick.
Yeah, Ragnarok was good. I like that movie.
There's no reason to apologize, Maddie. You're supposed to have your opinion. It's an interesting thing to be able to talk back and forth. It's not like anybody's ever. It's like almost like politics. You know, you're not going to change somebody's opinion, but like at least you know that you're talking to somebody who isn't like a fucking babbling idiot.
Right.
Like I do understand like the hatred towards it, and like I always have the ability to like I can argue a point that I don't agree with. Like there's a way of arguing, and I just didn't, you know what I mean? Oh, the only other time we were on opposite sides of stuff is because you went at fucking Beast, and like I just think that that's low hanging fruit, Maddie. I think to pick on somebody who is obviously of a different type of need, I think that's weird. And so yeah, I bagged on you for fucking jumping on Beast. I did that. That's not me coming at you. Well, that time was me going at you for trying to attack a guy of lesser. You know what I mean? And that's whack. Listen, that's weak.
I will admit now, when Beast very first started calling the shows,
people intentionally antagonize him.
Yes, listen,
and I think that's low hanging fruit. And if you need that for your views or your clicks, I think that's special. I think that's weak.
Well, listen, like I said, over time, as I've talked to him and gotten to know him better and kind of understand, him better, I look at it, but dude, when he like first started calling and none of us really knew him the way we do now, then I had a friend of mine that from work that I kept telling about Jake's show and trying to talk him into turning on Jake's show. And it was probably like Beast's second or third call ever.
Yeah, if you're looking for Jets content, then the time to tune in isn't after the first hour.
Right.
If you're looking for Jets content and that's what you're watching that show for, then you listen to the first hour and you dip out.
He ripped off a couple of racist comments, and my buddy's black, and he said something back to Beast, and the two of them kind of got into it in the chat, typing at each other. And like the next day when I saw the guy at work, he's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like you're telling me that show was all cool and shit. And then I walk in and that's what it is. And I'm like, dude, shit like that never happens on that show. Like it really doesn't. And, but I went at Beast pretty hard after that incident.
But what does it do? What does it do if you do? What does it do if anybody in the chats go at Beast? What does it do? Absolutely nothing. So really, it's just so that way you feel better about saying something. Like it didn't help. It didn't do anything. If anything, if he heard it at all, it went in one and went out the other. Like it.
All right, you got me back.
I figured I would.
Here's the thing. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to allow people to go ahead and run around and behave poorly and not get called out on it. I don't care about your needs, your spectrum, whatever else. You come on my show, and this is not an attack on you, Kevin. Like I said, I don't know if you read the comments. I apologized for saying that you don't like me. We can disagree, and that's cool. Right. But no, and Beast and I have buried the hatchet. But
that was the only other time I went at you, bro. Like that, that's what
I don't know. I guess I just
at.
remembered it, and like I say, dude.
Yeah, it was just that. I just went. I was like, God damn, bro. Like, why you keep going at Beast, bro? Like,
but here's why, though. Here's the thing. This. Oh, I have an issue, so it has to become everybody else's issue. I'm not going to stand for that. You're going to come on my show. You're going to not talk about the Jets. You're going to run your mouth. You're going to insult people who super chat us and are supporters of us.
But you let him on.
I don't know. Here's the thing. No, I didn't let him on.
So he was let on for a reason, though.
Right.
And for that chaos.
All right. You know what? Let me go full. I'm going to be totally candid on this. Mike and I had a conversation about this, and I told him if this continued, that there was going to be my presence would be reduced on the show.
Completely understandable.
And because I don't like us doing that for clicks.
Right.
But again, I don't think people understand. My show is not my show. I have zero creative control. I am not allowed to bring people into the green room. For example, if Mike is not there, there is no show. Right. I do not have access to the StreamYard or anything else. I am essentially just a caller who has priority. That's it. And so at the same time, I'm a little defensive because I hate this mentality that, oh, well, so-and-so has issues or whatever. Like, no, you don't get to behave badly because of whatever. Okay, I didn't pull him on. Hold on, let me finish, and I will let you respond. I promise.
I know. Go ahead.
At the same time, I do know, when I saw a few things, he was saying he was going through some shit. He was having issues with his family and whatever. I decided it was time to put it to bed and bury the hatchet. I'm not a malicious. Well, that's a lie. I am a malicious person, but I'm not gonna punch down if I can end the situation. And that's what I did. But at the same time, again, I'm not going to stand for people behaving poorly on my show and using the spectrum or anything else as an excuse.
Right.
Go ahead.
So my thing is that anytime that he gets on to anybody's show, it's after he has already just been put through the fucking ringer and nitrous his fucking anxiety to way too high of a point, you know what I mean? And then when he goes on to somebody else's show, he's already fucking hyped up. And then the second you start trying to anybody picks back at something that was said that creates that spark that's going to get the beast riled up, so that way we get the views and all that other whatnot. Like, that's the intent, and the intent is to get him pissed off. And when he gets pissed off and he says shit, you can't get mad that that the person was incited. And then this was what came out.
That's fair.
Because we already knew what kind of person he was prior to.
But again, my issues came from, don't come on my show and lie about shit.
True.
If you're gonna tell me you wrote 5 books, first of all, I am a bibliophile. As you can see behind me, it's books abound. I read everything. Tell me a book you've written so I can buy one of your books. If Beast had actually written a book, I would buy the fucking thing. I would send it to him to get signed. Okay? Shit like that. No, because here's the thing. When people misbehave, you have to stop them. We do it with kids. Why are we not doing it with 45-year-olds?
Right.
And
so the way to stop him is to be able to kick him off the fucking show.
Right. And we have. Or he stopped coming out, whatever. Again, not my call. But again, this letting bad behavior slide shit is not the way to help anybody either.
Right. And I completely understand that, and I think that you better stop. People are letting it slide.
Don't yell at your dog. That dog's a baby.
He's not. He's an asshole right now.
I know,
but
the feeling.
Stop being a dick.
So you're being mean to your dog like I was mean to Beast. I'm telling.
I'm
fucking with you, Kevin. I'm just.
I have no idea why he's yelling at me.
Because he agrees with me.
No, he wants the other dog's toy.
Is
He
that
wants
what
the
it
other
is?
dog. They were fighting over who had who's two joy.
My dogs do the same shit, dude.
Just so retarded.
I
God,
love
he's dumb.
dogs. Dogs are the best.
They really are.
They
They're
are.
fucking amazing. But both of mine are fucking dumb and dumbs.
Mine are the same.
But yeah, like, so the way to not allow Beast to have that is to just not give him the platform.
Well, yeah, but the problem is like
Because like it's not like because like well, so even if you have him on here, even if you have the world's, even if it's like the world's the KKK leader, you have him on here with 20 people. Are you changing his fucking opinion?
no.
But
At
so
the
we're just
same
all
time,
on here just to say that, like, hey, we don't like this, and it's
This
easier
is-
just to be like, you don't
like-
get to talk on this.
right?
This
But at
is-
the same
this
time, I
is
don't
the
think we
thing
should also
with him.
suppress
He,
speech.
he comes on here. I do not purposely antagonize them.
I don't think he
Because,
has
like,
hatred in his
like-
heart like that. I just think he's a little ignorant.
No,
and-
he
and
just wants
says dumb
attention
shit.
because he
Right.
has nothing going.
That's the only reason I don't hate him for it, is because I don't really believe that. Like,
I don't hate.
He has hate in his
I
heart.
just can't. I won't abide. It's as simple as the kid down the street has mental issues, so it's okay that he stole your bike. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's got hate in his heart or anything else, but at the same time, you cannot come on and start like all you do is quote Andrew Dice Clay, lie about shit and whatever, and it's like, you know, it is what it is. I don't hate the guy, but again, I would look if Midnight Mike, who is my friend, who I, you know, whatever, suddenly took this weird zag and started fucking running his mouth about stupid shit. You guys have seen me take Mike to task.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? I tell Mike he's fucking retarded all the time. And I love the guy. We're buddies. But it's just a matter of after a little while, you know, if you're going to come on and all you're going to do is talk about stupid shit, quote Andrew Dice Clay, whatever, I'm going to call you out because at least if you're going to say you're a 35-time world champion of what? You know, show me what books you've written. And that's how you correct that behavior. So,
Well, I mean, yes and no. Like, if you're doing a Jet content thing, or if you're doing whatever it is your subject matter is, and if the person that's calling in has zero to
Has
offer
zero
towards
to
the
say,
subject
yeah.
matter, then why the fuck are they there?
no, well, I mean, but then again, I mean, if that's the case, and I have no ill will towards these guys before I say who I'm going to say, why are we not saying the same shit to Jake Asman?
Oh, because Jake has to steal somebody else's opinion so he can claim it to be his. The only opinion he's ever had is you should fire AG. It's the only original opinion he's ever had.
I watch
I-
Jake Asman when
I don't have a
time.
Jet show, so I don't give a fuck to say whatever I feel like saying.
Well, you brought on the shows, and I wish you'd call ours, by the way.
Right.
Oh, I mean, I so like, man,
I would love if you
I
called
didn't
in,
know,
'cause I like your opinion.
I legitimately didn't know about y'all's show
That's
until
fair.
the
We're
other
not
day.
exactly a franchise.
Well, no, it's not that. I don't know how algorithms work and stuff like that. The only
I
reason
got
I knew about it is because somebody said that Derek was over somewhere, and I was like, oh, I gotta go tell Derek. I hope he shits his pants.
Are you and Derek like frenemies or what? I don't know.
No,
I love Derek. And you're cool as shit.
Derek's
so.
awesome fucking people. He just dipped out. Derek, he calls me outside of my name, and so I joke around with him. He calls
No,
me.
I mean, it's cool,
He calls
I
me
guess.
Kevo and stuff like that. So I'm like, Derek, I hope you shit your pants.
That's cool.
That's about it.
Like I say, I got to go to work. I'm glad we kind of cleared the air on this a little bit.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely no hate. Like I got
Like
no
I said,
hate at
there
all.
was no hate. I just was kind of like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
Um,
and like when you now don't get me wrong, I wasn't gonna say I usually just sit back and listen, but then you guys started talking Marvel, and I was like, bro, I fucking love Marvel.
I like.
And so-
See, here's the thing, though. I'm also a DC guy.
Yeah, see,
but-
I'm not. That's
but
that's
I
the
love
thing because I
both, though.
fucking
I-
hate Superman.
Well, I don't like Superman, but I have every issue of Batman since 1971.
Batman's
I do
awesome.
like that.
It's
I have
just
every issue
Superman,
with Daredevil since fucking 1976.
Daredevil also
Daredevil's
one
my
of my
second favorite Marvel character.
Yeah.
Quicksilver's my first. But
Nice.
Spider-Man and Hulk. But yes,
I just can't get on board with the Hulk. But regardless, the thing is this. I think Marvel is going to fuck up, or Disney's going to fuck up Marvel the way they fucked up Star Wars, and I'm very worried about it.
I
So
hope
the biggest I agree with you, but the biggest reason why I believe that they're going to is because, and I think the same of DC.
Oh, DC's a mess right now.
Both franchises are deathly afraid to make a villain.
Yeah. I mean,
they can't make a villain. It always has to have some type of ulterior motive. It's not like I heard you talking about He-Man. Skeletor was evil and a bad guy for the purpose of being an evil bad guy,
and he was great.
He was. That's it.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you going to do this?
Said
I just want to be a
He was like, "Yeah, I'm the villain,
right.
motherfucker."
Right.
Awesome.
Why do you do this? Because I'm fucking bad, duh.
Yeah, I'm evil, dick
Right.
brain.
Right. They have those options, and MCU and DC are both deathly afraid to have
The
that.
biggest problem the DC movie universe has right now is that James Gunn thinks that he should just. Well, I like when he makes good shit, but the problem is I liked Superman, but the problem is that DC is letting James Gunn go, oh, make all your little passion projects. Yeah. No one wanted a fucking Supergirl movie right now. 3 years down the line, I'm all for it. But you're telling me you haven't even fucking cast Batman yet. Yeah. But we have Creature Commandos.
Well, so he's right. I think he's right with the Batman thing because, like, dude, if he nails this Batman and makes you forget about some of the other Batmans, that's awesome.
That would be great. But the problem is he hasn't. And the fact that this Batman movie, all he said about it is...
Well, I figure he has to nail it.
It is that Damian Wayne is going to be Robin in it. I'm sorry, there's like 4 Robins before Damian Wayne.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's like,
a bad move.
He's like, oh, it's going to be like a father-son project. No one wants that shit, dude.
Yeah, no, because then you have to explain why the other guys are gone already.
in the DCU. Nightwing is a staple.
Right, if the other 2 guys, if the other, well, at least 2, 3?
I would argue
before Damian, like you should
Jason Todd and Tim Drake.
Right. Yeah, but everybody hates Jason Todd. So
I love Jason Todd. He's my favorite Robin.
Of course you do.
He's the most realistic Robin. He is the most realistic Robin. You're going to take some hood
but think about it. In the comics, though, he was probably the most disliked Robin.
Right. But here's why. Right. This is why I love him for that. It's the same reason I love Cersei Lannister. She's a fucking horrible human being.
She's a good villain.
She makes you hate her. Yeah. Jason Todd is a fucking street rat punk kid who you bring into the superhero world. Of course he's going to act like an asshole. Yeah. Of course he's going to be reckless. He's Batman's biggest mistake. That's important. You know what I mean? It's like I always tell people in comics, make your own continuity. In my world, Jason Todd's still dead.
Yeah.
You know? I got to go to work, boys. I'm probably going to be late for fucking jumping on here. I'm glad we talked, Kevin. I'm glad we got to have a little face-to-face time. Well, you're cool as shit. Ricky, you know I love you. Guys, I got to bounce. Deuces.
Good, man.
Right on, man. Have a good night, Maddie.
I'm sorry, Ricky.
No, it's all good. And you know what?
I don't normally get called out for being somebody that hates somebody. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy that gets called out for that. So I kind of had to
listen. It's all good. and you know, yeah, this is a Jets show, but I say this about the Jets, and I'll say it about other things too. Like, you know, I don't want everybody to have the same opinion. Differing opinions are good, and it's good to see somebody else's perspective sometimes, and you know, to put yourself in their shoes. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad you two got to talk and see where the other one was coming from, because I don't think either of you were coming from a place of bad intent.
Right. Well, I think it's because of the way I speak. Sometimes it feels like it comes out as like a matter of fact, and it's not. I don't ever speak with matter of fact. I speak with like personal opinion, and I get it that sometimes my vernacular comes out that way, but it's not my intent.
And both of you have points. Like, you know, like me personally, the way I handle that situation, I don't rile him up on purpose. I try to keep him on point. You know, when he calls in, we end up talking a little heavy metal, which is fine. You know, this is a rock and roll heavy metal themed Jets show. So, you know, you can talk some music, and that's okay. But if he goes off on like one of his tangents, you know, where you know, he's like you know, a manly man, a man with balls, and then this and that, and it's like, dude, like, okay, you're not even
gotta go.
You can't name players' names. You know, like do some research or something, dude.
Right. Like if I'm on my show and I'm sitting there talking about tattoos, and then somebody just wants to come on there and just be like, hey, how many dick tattoos do you do? Hey man, would you put this thing on this thing? I'm probably not keeping that guy on my channel.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And that was all I was trying to bring.
Trust me, I know. Being a tattooer myself, I know the exact kind of idiotic.
Right. I mean, we're used to dealing with all types of walk of life, and like it's super
Yes.
easy just to like, hey man, I totally get where you're coming from, but me and you, we're not vibing, and this is probably the end of our conversation. Have a good day.
And for everybody who did tune in for Jets news, you know, hey, you know what? We're all Jets fans, but we're all people too. And,
also, I super love those fucking jerseys. I love the new uniforms, bro. I super love them. I do agree that the green face mask would look cool, but I think that would look cool on a like if they were wearing like the white tops, green bottoms. You know what I mean? Like you're wearing a combination of white and green, then sure, go white helmet, green mask. But if you're going full white out, then go white on the mask.
Yes, and since they were kind of going full white out, I mean, it does have the green stripe, but still.
Right, but that's still that's what they're calling their white out uniforms.
Right, which I like it, man. You know,
right.
I think the white looks sharp. It looks clean.
Do you remember back in the day when
I was going to bring this up when Maddie was here? One night on their show, they were talking about like, oh, what are some of your favorite like NFL uniforms? And dude, I brought up, I was like, you know what? I kind of like the fucking Bengals fucking white jerseys, the fucking white with the black stripes. I think it looks fucking dope. But yeah, I like the white jerseys. And okay, weird. Like all my comments just disappeared from the comment section. It was completely blank for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know. So I will say, do you remember back in the old days when they had the white helmets? And there was one thing that always irritated me about the helmets was back then, they would wear the white helmet, you know what I mean? And like a white or a green jersey and white pants or whatever. But the mask was always fucking gray. It was so hideous. Like the gray on the mask was just wrong.
Yeah.
Either white or green. You know what I mean? Like,
yes. And I like the fucking black ones with the green fucking mask too.
I fucking love the black with the green, but I am.
Yeah, so many people hate the black uniforms, and I like them. Like I've always liked them.
Yeah, we're metal fans, Ricky.
Well, yeah,
we're metal fans. We're gonna like the black color, bro. That's just how that works.
and also, you know, I'm sure people didn't expect a lot of comic talk tonight, but something else I'm thinking about doing is, you know, I'm thinking about doing a show here and there that branches away from, you know, Jets talk, and the first one's probably going to be a review of the new Spider-Man movie. So
I'm stoked for it. I'm so fucking stoked for it.
Dude, I'm so fired up for that shit. Like, you know,
it's funny. It's funny that I'm more looking forward to that than I am any of the fucking like training camp talk.
Well, yeah, right now.
And I do love me some Spider-Man, but I do love my Jets more.
Yes,
and
I can't say that I'm not, you know, I'm looking more forward to the season, but as far as like training camp, like there's only so much we're going to learn from that. You know, even preseason, the starters play so little for the most part, you know.
Right. Don't get me wrong. I'm interested to see some highlights of what Cade can pull off or whatever. I don't really care to watch any Zappy. I hope that that's just a camp body and he's just there for the preseason and then he's gonesies. You know what I mean? Like I really do.
By the way, earlier today, Jade, don't make me remove you. You know, dude, Aaron Glenn ain't getting fired. Fucking don't you know? Fucking Aaron Glenn's the boss, bro. Fucking he don't fuck around. I love that picture.
I super love how Jake decided to adopt somebody else's opinion that the AG shouldn't get fired now and that he should stick around the whole season so he can suffer with us. I love how he took somebody else's fucking opinion on that.
I did not hear that.
Yeah,
I did not hear that. Yeah, I mean, as far as I knew, I don't know. You know, I heard earlier today, I believe he said, he hopes that AG does well because at the end of the day, he is a Jets fan. But
argumentative.
if he does not, then and it's like, why do we always have to go back to the if he doesn't, I want this guy, and this guy? Like, stop thinking about all that. Let's just sit back and see what happens. And if he stumbles out of the gate or something, then we can have those conversations. But like right now,
right. I'm so fucking tired of fucking listening and trying to watch the team in thoughts of like, what are we in a year from now? Fuck off. I'm worried about today.
Right. That's the thing. And dude, like when Green Bean was on the show, I was like, and I've said this all along, like, I'm not asking people to just blindly believe and follow along because I say that's what's right. I'm just saying, give it a chance. Like, if you want to be cautiously optimistic, if you want to say, I'll believe it when I see it, all of that is fine and acceptable, considering. But, just dude, as soon as we hired Aaron Glenn, like during his introductory press conference show, the screen name Fire Aaron Glenn was already in Jake's chat.
Yeah, there was some bullshit from the
really?
show. Like it was something about that. Some type of the title alone told me I'm like, fucking just not watching. I just don't care.
Right. And so and listen, I've butted heads with the anti-Glenn crowd plenty, but they're entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, that's fine. I can't listen to negativity for just continuous. I personally, I have a fucking addictive personality, and I don't need to just be miserable because I hear constant misery in my fucking
right.
ear.
And that was the thing with me. If you did one show or 3 shows or 5 shows about why we should fire Aaron Glenn, but to do them like all the time, and then it turns into like months of harping on the same thing. Like, I didn't want to get into that where, like, for me, like what I told Green Bean, I was like, I don't want to look back and go, man, the whole time that we were turning this thing around and becoming a legitimate team again, I didn't enjoy any of it because I was just sitting there, banging my fist that I don't like this coach. I want to fire him and getting caught up in that. Like, I don't want to look back and go, man, I wasted it all, because we take a good step this year and then next year we do end up drafting our franchise quarterback. Like,
well, the franchise quarterback comes next year, no matter what, right?
Right.
Whether we draft somebody or something ignorant happens and like Joe Burrow's had enough of Cincinnati. He's like, I can't fucking take this shit no more. And then we fucking move fucking picks to get Joe Burrow or something like that. Like the fucking franchise quarterback is coming next year.
That would be the stupidest, most Jets thing ever.
It is. But what I'm saying is that something's gonna give this next season.
Hurt, and then you're gonna fucking give up all these assets to bring him and put him on that MetLife turf.
Right, but we've seen it. And we know that it's a possibility. Right, we know it's a possibility. Also, like, I could have said the same thing, but it would have just been laughed at. But I could have been said the same thing of like Josh Allen said, you know what? Buffalo's just not gonna fucking cut it for me. Like, I'm gonna go to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, there's a chance that something like that happens. Some quarterback, and I'm just tossing out names. I'm not about names.
Well, you know what?
Before anybody tries to come at me, you know what I mean?
Close to happening with Lamar Jackson.
I don't want to give up 2 first-round picks for a fucking coach. If we give up a pick for a coach, I probably won't hate if we gave up the latest of our 3 picks for like Tomlinson.
I still don't want to give up a first-round pick for a fucking coach.
I don't either, but I can definitely see him do it. What I don't want is I don't fucking want McDermott whatsoever. He's the white Saleh. I'm super fucking good on that.
Right. Like, I mean, if Glenn were to get fired, I would hope that like maybe KOC got let go at the same time, and I could roll the dice on that maybe. But I don't think it's even going to come to that, man. I really think
I don't
we're gonna
either.
take a step in
I
the
really
right
don't either. I
direction
think
this
that,
year.
like,
And-
right, everybody says, like, oh, well, this is the norm. This is the norm. And then every once in a while, something's got to go against the fucking norm, dude.
Okay, well, and let me
They
pose
can't.
this to you. Say you're Aaron Glenn for a minute. Okay, the year's not going like you thought it would. Whatever. You have figured out that, damn, I shouldn't have kept a lot of these guys that I kept. I misjudged some of these guys. Some of these guys are quitters. Some of these guys are not really coachable. Some of these guys just don't really fit the scheme the way I thought they could. You and Muji start talking. You decide, hey, maybe we'll move Quinnen. He wants to trade. Maybe we'll think about moving some of these other guys. Are you really going to trade away your best two players, on your defense for draft picks if you don't know that you're even going to be here to use those draft picks?
I don't think he has the option right now. That part of it, I do believe is true. When it comes to roster construction, I believe 100% of that's now in Muji's hands. I believe, and I could definitely be dead wrong, but I believe that the roster movements is in Muji's. Jay asked earlier if believe that like Muji is in the, as far as roster stuff. Yes, I believe so. Yeah, I mean, like, who the fuck is starting and who's playing where? That's definitely on Glenn. But like, yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, it's. I'm not really worried about that whole thing because
I'm not either. Right, I'm not either.
In the right direction, but
right, the only people that are worried about that are the people that want AG gone, but then they also realize that these two people might be attached at the hip, and then they might lose Muji, and so that's why they're the ones that are trying to make the argument. It's because they want AG gone, like that's their only thing.
Well, and those are the people that try real hard to separate Muji and Glenn. But I don't necessarily think that they're attached to the hip, but I do think that they work in lockstep with one another.
Right.
Right.
If it's an absolute terrible season, they're both gone.
Yes, most likely. And,
right. If it's a terrible season, they're both gone.
I'm not even really worried about it getting to that point. I think.
Right. I'm not either. I firmly believe that like they're gonna do a fucking solid job. Honestly, think there's gonna be more people mad that like, oh well, because they decided to fucking play decent. Now we don't have a good fucking first pick of our own, and we have to wait on. Just gonna be another reason for someone else to fucking be a cunt.
Oh yeah, dude, you already know there's gonna be those people complaining about that. We fucked up our draft pick. You know what? We got 3 of them. Fucking, and technically, when you look at it, we get the better of the picks between Green Bay
Cowboys
and Dallas.
And Packers, right?
So there's really 4 different teams whose draft picks, we could end up with. One of those teams is going to suck.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all there is to it. One of those teams is going to have a bad year. I'm not super high on Dallas, and Green Bay, I think, could stumble early and dig themselves into a hole they can't get out of. I could see them having a bad year. The Colts, I think, are going to have a bad year, period. I think that's going to be our highest draft pick.
Yeah, so like I said before, and like I'm gonna reiterate again, like this has got to be as a Jets fan, this has got to be the fucking coolest season that I've been a fan of this team. Because this season I can love the fuck out of my team and not every win is cool. Also, every loss is like, cool. Like it really, and I get it. I'm not the same as some other people, and they're gonna get real mad at losses. But like losses to me just tell me that like, man, I already know next year's gonna be fucking great. Like we've started a build last year, and it's getting better, and then next year everything's gonna be really great. You really can't hurt my feelings. It's gonna be great, and we're also good. or it's going to be great because we weren't that good. But either
Right.
way, like it's still the fucking the light at the end of the tunnel, and like I could see it, and that feels great. It's like the first time as a Jets fan that's that. You know what I mean? There's other teams that are like, we know we didn't get a great pick, but like we're like the Ravens, like we're so used to being in the playoffs, we're still gonna have a good season. It'll be okay.
Yeah, and I was going to say that earlier. Like that same kind of situation almost happened with Lamar Jackson, where like it looked like he really wanted out of there for a while. And what bugged me was when he was like, you know, he goes, I don't play for the name on the front of the jersey. I play for the name on the back. And I'm like, that's not what you want to hear from the guy that's supposed to be leading your team.
Nope.
Like that's a terrible attitude to have.
Yeah, that's yeah. Because honestly, I personally don't give a fuck about the name on the back of the jersey. You know what I mean?
I don't
personally don't give a fuck about that name. I don't care about that name, and I don't care who the coach is on the sideline. As long as they're doing a decent job, I don't ever care. I don't see how the Colts are gonna be great. I don't see it. But like my thing is that I don't think that the Cowboys will be also awful, because I don't think that the Redskins are worth a shit, and or the commies or whatever they are, and like I really don't think the Giants are worth a shit. So unfortunately, the Cowboys are just kind of in a decent spot. Like the Cowboys are sitting in a spot like the Bills are. Like they don't have to be great because the rest of the division is niff. And I think the Patriots regress, obviously. I don't know though. I'm horrible with that one because I always think the Patriots are going to suck, and they never do. I wear green glasses, and I'm proud of it.
I do too. I do too, and I know that, and
right.
I know that sometimes I can be, you know, maybe overly optimistic or whatever, but I try really not to let, you know, that bias me. Like I try to give unbiased opinions, and honestly, I really do feel good about this rebuild. You know, it's a complete rebuild. They've changed everything.
So it was funny yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yesterday, maybe it was today. I think it was yesterday. On Pat McAfee, they had the NFL's flag football thing going on. You have any idea what I'm talking about? They actually like the teams have like NFL team names.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyways, the Jets were there, and then the Jets got an interception. And of course they had to just go in on that one. You know what I mean? The flag football team got an interception, and so they had to go in on the Jets for that. And all the while, Teddy Bruschi's sitting up on the fucking panel, and they don't fucking mention a word about Diana Rossini sucking off anybody.
Well, no, because their coach brought a fucking puppy onto the fucking stage with him.
I'm just saying is that like they'll bag the Jets for anything and everything, but like you got some legit shit going on. And like if it was the Jets, like we'd have to worry. God. If it was the Jets, we'd have to worry about it because right, they'd all be talking about it. All of the people would be talking about it, and now we know that that's going to affect the season. But because they're not talking about it at all for the Patriots, it's like, bro, this might literally have no effect on their team at all. Wrong choice of words by Lamar.
Yeah, it's saying he plays for the name on the back of the jersey. Those were poor words, but
yeah. Well, come on, you knew
really?
That.
Okay.
Yeah. I just. They also, I mean, they get to play the fucking Texans, so lucky them.
Yeah, you know what? They play any other quarterback besides CJ Stroud in that game, and they lose that fucking game. Like they got gifted that game because the Texans defense played lights out, man. They played really well in that game, and CJ Stroud just handed it away.
Yeah,
that was tough, man. That was tough. It would depend who you ask. The consensus is probably going to say Arch Manning. There are some people that like Dante Moore. Me personally, I like Darian Mensah. But there's people that like Maeva. There's like people that like John Mateer, CJ Carr.
I hear a lot of.
The opinions are.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say the opinions are pretty varied.
Yeah. I hear a lot of Arch Manning. So I think this is on purpose, but I hear a lot of Arch Manning's number 3. You know what I mean? And I hear that a lot, and I think that's intentional. That's like, hey, man, if you're a true Manning and you're going to be this guy that's going to be the next fucking some Peyton or whatever, if that's true, you're going into the season as number 3. You have to fucking blow the way, you have to crush everybody.
Yep.
To prove that you are the Manning. You know what I mean? I think it's all intentional.
I do too. And he got better as the year went on last year. And dude, I'll tell you what, the way that he can maneuver within the pocket, I do see some flashes from him.
I will say, I watch college football, but I never watch it from like an analyst eye of what that looks like in the NFL, because I can't tell. I don't have the eye for that. I don't know how to see it, because like it's a totally different game. And like, I don't know, there's behind the scenes stuff that matters so much that will, as like a fan, you don't really know. That leadership quality, that want to be part of a team, not the eye, and all of that stuff that you kind of get a little bit of an idea of it, but you don't really know. Not like some of these other people do, or even a lot of the scouts never really know that, and that's why some of these players get drafted. And it's like, fuck, that wasn't a good choice. You know what I mean?
And I mean, yeah, and that's why these teams try to do so much research on these kids, man. Like,
it's tough, right? That's why they have to dig into their past, right? That's why they have to.
Yeah, you really do have to. And
you're talking about fucking $1 billion fucking corporations.
Well, not only that, but like, you know, like Aaron Glenn. Okay, last year was a fucking disaster. Everybody knows it,
right?
But like I tried to explain to Jake, like, you know, and he'll be like, "Oh, but the players that you're saying, you know, were problems, he chose to keep those players, so that's on him too." And I'm like, if you're trying to just find ways to blame everything on Aaron Glenn, sure, I guess so. But
right, we don't know the process of what makes you keep that player.
Yeah, the truth is when he got here, the only thing he knew about these players is what he saw on tape, on the football field. He didn't know them as people. He didn't know their personalities, and he had never seen firsthand how they deal with adversity when things turn bad. And when these guys that were, you know, like Quinnen was a team captain, and, you know, him and his brother, they're supposed to be leaders on this team, and they're like two of the first guys to quit on you when things start to go wrong. I think the number of guys that quit on him, and the guys that quit on him in particular, like I said, leaders and captains, and they're the ones quitting on you. I think it was a really fucking rude awakening for him. I like I said, I think he misjudged some of these guys, and I think when he got here, he thought this roster is so good now, with just a few tweaks, I can have this thing humming. But then when he saw that some of these guys were quitters, and you know, whether
right,
they
like
were
I don't think he got
with, or whether Saleh coddling them for all these years did it, or if it was just all the losing got to be too much after a while, whatever the reason is, he misjudged some of those guys, and they weren't good fits, and you can't have that. So he's gotten rid of all that. All that's out of the locker room now. The guys who are here want to be here, and I'm optimistic. I hear them, and they all sound optimistic.
Right.
It feels
Moves,
different.
Right, and all the moves have to be made with a certain level of fucking strategy, obviously, or else you're not getting the haul you got for Quinnen.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you could have gotten way less for him had anybody known he wanted the fuck out.
Oh yeah, yeah. If it was widely,
that could have gone from a 1 and a 2 to a fucking 4.
Oh, yeah, or
like that.
Or like a 3 at least, or something. But
right,
yeah,
it could have gone to fucking trash immediately.
Yeah, I completely agree. The fact that nobody knew he was available was really good for us, because they did all that kind of behind the scenes. Like, dude, and that's another thing. Like, aside from the Geno Smith getting pulled over, and the fight with the girlfriend, whatever, which turned out to be nothing. It's been a very quiet off season. I like the fact that there's not a bunch of bullshit Jets news with guys getting in trouble and stupid shit happening.
I mean, we still have a couple days.
Yeah,
we have a couple days.
That's true.
But let's get through this weekend.
Like, we don't get any news unless they want us to have it. We don't really get it. He's definitely fixed the leaks in the building, and I think that goes back to him when he was a scout and he worked here. I think from working here before in the front office, he knew who the leaks were. So when he came in as the coach, like, he knew what front office people needed to be gotten rid of, because, dude, you saw it. They got rid of Rex Hogan and a couple other people. And
well, that's because, like, during the Adam Gase years, everybody that was in that building during the Adam Gase years, it was just like rotating doors. Like, who wants to know anything, everything? If you pay me, I'll give you everything. And then those people just stayed in office, like, during other fucking coaching staffs. It was just like, hey, those guys suck.
But that's what I'm saying. This rebuild, there's been front office changes since Glenn got here. Not just this offseason. It started kind of last offseason, but this season, I think he got to flip enough of the roster to where now this really is his team. And by the same virtue, though, he's not going to have any more excuses either. Even if we say, okay, that first year it wasn't his team, this, there were a lot of things that happened that were out of his control. I know the historic points we gave up at the end of the year, blah, blah, blah. But I also know that Mason Taylor was hurt and was out. Garrett Wilson was hurt and was out. Two of our 3 starting corners were hurt and were out, Azaria and Brownlee.
I really don't like, man. So, like, they lost.
Will McDonald got hurt. Brees got hurt. Like, by the end of the year, everybody was fucking injured, man.
They weren't trying to win the games at the end of the year. They weren't trying to, like, lose them, but they weren't trying to win them. You know what I mean?
Basically.
Like, they found out real fast, oh, well, this ain't gonna fucking work. It's a tank job.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like, all AG did was steady go to bat for his fucking dudes.
Well, yeah, and that's
who he was going to be. You were gonna fucking hate AG. His intention was you were to hate him and nobody else. Just fuck it. Take all the hate and send it his way. And he got it. He got it.
Yes,
he got exactly it. And so now he gets this year to say, fuck you. And if he don't say fuck you, then all right, I was wrong. You're right. Cool. I'm glad you're happy you were right. I'm a little not happy that you are. You know what I mean? I'm really not. I want positive things to happen for this team. So
yeah, well, like I said, I think this team's going to be better than a lot of people think, and I think we're going to win more games than people think.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Some fries, motherfucker.
I love that
clip. Oh man, I love Dokes.
Dude, I do too. Fucking
he was the best thing other than fucking Dexter.
Yes, and that's like me and my wife's all-time favorite show. So
Yeah. Mine is. That's definitely my number one.
yeah, it was ours too.
My dog that had passed in back February last year or whatever, his name was Dexter. Dexter Lafayette, actually.
But you know what? My daughter, just like 2.5 weeks ago, her cat passed away, and his name was Dexter. And dude, when she got and he was a big cat, but when she got him, I could hold him in one hand. He was just this tiny little white puff of fur, and dude, he was awesome, man. He was so fat. One time I took a picture of him, and he was sitting on the arm of the couch, and his ass was so wide, it was like wider than the arm of the couch. And I got the picture from behind, and I had a T-shirt made of it with his name Dexter on it, and I used the Dexter, like the TV show logo, and had that shirt made for my daughter. And when she saw it, she cracked up. She was like, "Well, Dad, you know, made me a shirt with his picture on it, but it's just his ass." Like, yeah. But it was hysterical, dude. It was so funny. And but when I went over and saw him like the last time, I was like, oh man, he's so skinny. He's like got to the point where he doesn't want to eat and drink. I was like, he's going through kidney failure, you know, like that's the same thing that happened with my wife's cat. And like I recognized all the signs. And she ended up, you know, within 48 hours of that day, you know, having him put to sleep because she didn't want him to like suffer. But yeah, dude, she got that cat when she was, I don't know, in middle school, and she's 33 now. So she had that cat a long fucking time. I want to say like 18, 19 years something. So long time. My wife's cat was 24. Fucking that cat lived a really long time. But yeah, bro, dude, thank you for jumping on. And
my pleasure, bro. Thank you for having me. I think it was my first time on your show. I've talked to you many times everywhere else, but I think it's my first time I'm popping into your show.
Well, dude, it was a good one. It was a really good call. And awesome. You know, you and Maddie got to work some things out, and that's awesome. You know, I want everybody to get along, but I was glad you two got to talk that out and kind of see each other's point of view on that. And
I was happy to come on and actually be able to talk some shit. You know what I mean? Be able to say something.
As far as the Aaron Glenn stuff, like, dude, I really think that, you know, listening to the players, how they all want to be here, how they're all bought in, like it just, I think there's just too many like little positives for me to be negative. And
right. That's where I'm at too, Rick.
Yeah. So, you know, we're going to find out in real short order because, you know,
with anything that happens to this team, there's a reason to smile.
Yeah. Everybody is going to be here on Tuesday, and Wednesday we have our first practice, and we'll get our first looks at where guys are lined up and how guys are looking once the pads go on. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am.
Subscribe now to Ricky New York Live, the Jets show that rocks.
That's awesome.
Ooh, I like those things, man. I got two of those that I did, and they're fun, man. Like I had a good time making these.
Let's get fired up.
I like that when the pyro fucking goes off.
Let's that's awesome.
The pyro goes off. Like, I didn't tell it to do that. It just did that
but it was
phone.
Like, you know what would be cool?
Right? Yeah, I was like, I think like I made I took a picture of myself and was like, yeah, just make like a, you know, Toy Story, Pixar animation type character of me using this photo. And I gave it the picture. It made one, and then I was like, oh, you know what? Like, put a rock band behind me since it's the show that rocks, we'll have a rock band in there. And I was like, yeah, just have me saying like, let's get fired up. And I typed it in and that's what it came up with. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man. I like fucking how, I say fired up and the fire goes up, like fucking cool. So, there will be more of those. I was actually trying to make another different one for tonight's show, and nope, still not done. I'm looking into the other room. I can see the other laptop from here. Sometimes they take a long time. There's another one that I have that's like a Pixar version of my wife saying like you're watching Ricky New York Live, but like that one. It was taking so long, like I was like, fuck it. I just went to bed that night. And then like when I looked the next morning, it was done, but I have no idea how long it ended up taking. Like a
when
while.
You look at it, you're just like, thank fucking God. Little did you know that it was like it finished 5 seconds before you looked.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this is a good comment too. Like the Sala culture, those dudes were soft, man. He babied those guys. And a lot of the shit that went on, like, like if a guy drops a ball in practice now, AG is probably going to be like, yo, man, we can't have that. Like, that was we're practicing third downs right now. Like you're supposed to move the chains. Like, we can't have concentration drops like that. Right. Whereas Sala probably would have been like, oh, it's all right, babe. We'll get him next time. It's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. And I think he pampered these fucking guys.
I'm pretty sure that everybody else that's on the team, though, like understands like the weight that this season holds. Even if, for the rookies, it may not hold the same, but they have to realize it does kind of, because like even with our rookies, if the team plays bad enough, the next guy in did not draft them.
That's right. They could be shown the door easily.
Absolutely everybody at that point, it becomes expendable. They weren't their guy.
Yeah, and especially
they understand the weight of this. I know they do.
The next guy comes in, fucking, oh, what is this? We got a bunch of fucking 3-4 guys. I don't run a 3-4. Yeah, I run a 4-3. These guys don't fit, and they all go. And we saw that like when they got rid of Vilma, but then we get like David Harris, obviously a bigger linebacker, more suited for a 3-4. But yeah, like that's not good for their job security. But dude, you know what? Like the guys that have come in, like the free agents, Osai and those guys, they're like, yeah, man, I want to be part of the turnaround. Like, I believe in Coach Glenn, what he's doing, what he's trying to do. And every guy sounds like that. But the young guys, like especially Pons and Cooper, were both like, listen, man, we went to Indiana and Indiana wasn't anything. Like, nobody expected anything from them. And we helped turn that program around and we won a national title. Like,
yeah, but that's the difference is nobody expects.
We want to do that again here. Like we've already done it. We did it in college. We want to do it again now. We want to do that again now here and help them turn this thing around. Yeah. And like they're going into it with the mindset that we can do this. We just did it. We just did it somewhere else. We know we can do it because we've already done it. And I think that belief and that confidence from the young guys is huge for us. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope they're right. But yeah, I completely agree with you. We get a new coach, all those guys could be gone.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, dude, Pons is an undersized corner. A lot of people passed on him before we ended up taking him. Chances are the next guy that comes in here is probably a guy that would have passed on him because of his size. So, That's just extra incentive for them. But
right. Everybody realizes that absolutely everybody's like the team. Every bit about it matters. But I like the idea of trying to be able to keep the camaraderie together. You know what I mean? Like that's why I
do
hope.
too.
That's the whole reason why I hope AG turns it around.
Like, and that's the thing for me. Like, we needed a complete rebuild. But that being said, like once the rebuild is done, like once the pieces are in place, I want to keep the pieces in place. So I do like the fact that, they extended Brees and Garrett and Tippmann, and our core guys, are being kept. But yeah, like once you get done rebuilding, then it becomes about continuity, keeping those 5 offensive linemen together, keeping, say, AD Mitchell takes a huge leap and he's really good and he's one of the better number 2s in the league, and you can compare him to a Devontae Smith or a T. Higgins or, at times Jordan Addison looked pretty good opposite.
I mean, is he happy? Is he happy only getting about 800 a fucking season?
Dude, there's a lot of people that don't think he'll even get that, but I do.
Right, but that's his peak. That's his peak is where I'm at. That's the peak usually for a number 2, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes, typically, yeah.
That's the absolute peak. And is he going to be happy with that? I don't know. That's yeah, you have to worry about that one way down the road. Who gives a fuck for now? You know what I mean? Obviously.
Yeah, which I mean,
but
right
like
now,
that does become a thing. So,
which you know what, he's actually kind of in a contract year because like this will be his last year under contract with us, I believe. That yeah, because he was a 2nd round pick, so there isn't no fucking 5th year option for him. So technically, this is a contract year for him.
Well, so I think AD have an easier time coping with it, but like Cooper is gonna have to realize he ain't getting shit for a long time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wait a while to get fucking paid, but he's got a lot to prove between now and then.
Right. Both of those 2 are gonna be fighting. So that's what I'm saying is they're not really gonna get fed. So I mean, AD's probably gonna be using it to try to fucking see if he can't. I don't know. He's obviously trying to be playing to see if he can't land a number 2 gig somewhere else the following season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I think he's going to have a good enough year that we're going to want to keep him around. Who knows? Maybe he prices himself out of that. But I hope not. But I think he is going to have a big year for us, and I think he's a perfect complement opposite Garrett. So we'll see how that works out. I'm going to play a real quick video clip. Right on. That's like another clip of our band's music, and I just threw a couple of quick little video clips up there. I apologize. I had to run and grab myself a snack. My wife gave me these donut hole things. They're fucking awesome.
Perfect, nice little polish off to the spaghetti.
You know what's funny? A couple of weeks ago, I had given my daughter some money and told her like, yeah, just grab me something to snack on at the store, and I didn't tell her anything in particular. It could have been anything. That could have been chips or chocolate or, whatever. It could have been anything.
Right.
And she came back with like these little cinnamon roll things that were fucking killer. They were really good. The only thing is they're so sweet you can't eat more than like say 2 of them. But they were really good. And I think it was last night I was talking to my wife and I was telling her like, yeah, whenever I go to the store, I may grab some more of those cinnamon roll things that she got me. That those things were actually really good. I, have been eating them all the time now. And she's like, "Yeah, I know." She was like, "I'm the one that picked those out." She was like, "It was actually me that got those for you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "You know what? I wondered when I just said snacks with no instruction at all, how she landed on like the one thing that was probably something I would have picked out that I would have liked." And here I thought it was just a good coincidence. But nope, it turns out it was the wife. She knew exactly what to get me, which she always does. But yeah, man, fucking, I think 80's gonna have a big year, and I think this offense is gonna put up points. I think that Brees is gonna be awesome. I think they're actually gonna, have a screen game. I think we're gonna see him catch a lot of balls out of the backfield with Reich as a coordinator. I expect career years from Brees and Garrett and AD, all three of them. I think Brees probably gets 1,200 on the ground. I think Garrett gets about 13 if he stays healthy all year, and I think AD probably gets 8 something. So I expect all those guys to do real well for us. But man, it can't even get here fucking soon enough. I'm glad when I can say like, oh, well, it's okay, it's not midnight yet. It's almost midnight. At midnight, it'll be 3 days. We'll be, 72 hours from training camp starting. And oh my goodness. Just the fact that the days are in single digits makes me happy. I can't wait, man. Fucking, I just love some Jets football. Earlier today, I was looking at X, and sometimes it's an account that's like New York Jets history, but sometimes the guys from Badland do it too, and it'll be just like random Jet player of the day, like linebacker Lorenzo Malden, or like just some random guy,
Right.
And the one that Badlands put up today was David Clowney, and I was like, oh hell yeah. And I responded like right away, and I retweeted it. And I was like, bro, I got a fucking David Clowney jersey hanging in my closet right now. You know what? Me and a couple of buddies of mine, we were down in South Florida, and we were actually on our way heading back up here. And we had stopped to get something to eat. And him, and I think it was his cousin, he said, came into the place where we were, and I met him, got to hang out and talk to him for a couple of minutes. And you could say we had a short debate, and dude was fucking cool as fuck, dude. And we actually ended up paying for his lunch. We ended up paying for their lunch, but he was cool as fuck, man. And so I went out and bought a David Clowney jersey. Because I met him and he was cool as shit. And so, yeah, I'm good with that. Dude, David Clowney was like preseason Randy Moss. Like in the preseason, he was unstoppable. He'd go out there, have like 184 yards and 2 touchdowns or something. And then the regular season would start and he would disappear.
Right.
Later, he's going to have that game where he just goes off, and he never did. Oh well. At any rate, but yeah, you know what? I probably got more number 87 jerseys than any other jersey, because I got Clowney 87. I think Decker was 87 when he was here too. And then I got, I know I've got 3 different Lavernius Coles jerseys. So, yeah, I've probably got like 5 or 6 number 87 jerseys.
Yeah. Nope, not I. Mine are I got a Namath. I got a Martin, a Revis. Oh, what was his name?
Believe it or not, I do not have a Namath.
25.
Kerry Rhodes?
No.
Joe McKnight?
No, it's really bad. The Louisville Slugger. What was his name?
Oh, Calvin Pryor?
Yes. Yes, I have a Calvin Pryor jersey.
Wow.
And I have a McDermott jersey too.
Right on.
So
I've got I don't have a Namath, but I've got 3 Curtis Martins. I've got 3 Revises. God, I've got a ton, dude. Fucking I've got so many jerseys, and I've got Sheldon Richardson, and I've got
I can only imagine.
oh God, dude, I've got so many of them. Victor Green, Mo Lewis, you know, I got a bunch from that era of Jets. Vinny, then I got Chad Pennington, Sean Ellis, John Abraham, Lavernius Cole, Santana Moss. I got a Percy Harvin somewhere. I got a New York Titans Brett Favre one. Dustin Keller. Dude, I could just sit here and Cromartie, which all the Florida State guys I've got. So I've got even Jordan Travis and Nasruddin and guys like that. I got a Pokey Wilson. Hell, he didn't even end up making the team. But I got LaMarcus Joyner. I got Cromartie, Leon Washington. Basically anybody, Jermaine Johnson, anybody who was a Seminole that was also a Jet, Marvin Jones. I got all their jerseys naturally. So, but yeah, I'm up to like 143 or something like that. Like a lot. And a couple of years in a row, I wore like a different jersey for every single game of the year. And it had to be a current player that was on the team, like no breaking out the Revis or anything like that. So I ended up buying like AVT and a bunch of ones. I got Reed, I got Whitehead, I got Tyler Conklin. You know, I got a bunch of fucking guys that were on the team over the last couple of years. So, but that ain't happening this year.
I'm waiting until after this season to get a player from the team. I'm gonna hold off as long as I can on getting a Sadiq fucking jersey because I really want one. But I'm holding out to the end of the season until I know for sure that the Membu is the one I want. I like Membu. I think he's fucking awesome.
I like Membu a lot too. If I was gonna buy a jersey this year, which who knows? You know, I find a job and get some money coming in once I can get things rolling in the right direction. Maybe I will. But for right now, I have no plans of buying any jerseys.
Yeah, no.
But if I were to buy one, it would probably be AD Mitchell. Honestly, I'm that much of a believer.
It's just tough for me to do that, thinking that he, you know what I mean? Like he's not going to be on the team much longer.
Yeah.
But they did just spend the first on another receiver, though. You know what I mean? Like they did just spend another first on a receiver.
Yeah, there have been, and we very well could, man. You know, we could end up using, you know, and it could end up being, you know, a top 10, top 15 pick, depending where our picks fall. And hell, I wouldn't be hurt if we brought in a Jeremiah Smith or a Cam Coleman or one of the better receivers from that class.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But then we're sitting with 3 first-round fucking receivers.
Wouldn't hurt my feelings.
I know, but it would hurt. It would hurt the Jets fucking like.
Yeah, well, I don't
really
think that. I really don't think Cooper's money is that bad because he was at 30.
He's still a first round pick, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, we're gonna have to use them on somebody. Now, that being said, dude, I want to use one of those on a safety. Fucking, I've been wanting, like, you know, that center fielder, you know, that guy to play in the deep middle that can be that badass coverage fucking safety. And dude, I've been watching this kid from fucking Notre Dame, and I want him. I'm hoping, just like last year, you know, everyone's, oh, Caleb Downs, he's fucking amazing, best safety, and blah blah blah, and he should be a top 5 pick and shit, and he didn't. He fucking fell to like 13 or 14 or whatever. He ended up going to Dallas, but I think the same thing happens next year. And you know what? We got another pick, and it's, you know, 11, 12, 13, whatever in that range. And he's there. Fucking, I would snatch that shit up in a heartbeat, dude. And safety money isn't super crazy.
It's just that nobody, well, hardly anybody that we're talking about, like what you maybe 5 people. You know what I mean? Like the what the draft looks like is not what it looks like today, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nothing remotely close.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But man, I'll tell you what, I'm greedy. I want all the good players. So I'm hoping the Colts and Packers and I hope they all suck.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having like the 1st, 2nd, and 31st pick. Like that would be, or you know, 32nd pick or whatever. I wouldn't mind that. That would be awesome.
No, but you know what? I'm thinking that our picks are going to be like between 3 and 5 for the highest one, which will probably be the Colts one, and then a pick, say, in like the 8 to 10 range, and then another one in the 11 to 14 range. Perfect.
Yeah, I don't think we pick 3 of them, but yeah, that's the unfortunate part about it. I don't think we make 3 picks, but
oh, I hope we do, man. I hope we do. And
no, we're definitely taking 2 of those to move someone to get to a fucking higher, to get the guaranteed quarterback. That's happening. If we don't have a top 3 pick,
yeah, that's probably,
and 2 of them are going to be 1 pick.
Oh man, fucking, I would love that shit though. Fucking snatch up our quarterback, and then still have, you know, a top 10 and one in the low teens to go.
Yeah, that would be fire. That would be,
dude. I would. Awesome. I would. At that point, I would say, and it's going to depend what happens with Will McDonald too. Now, I really would like a corner, but in order to get the corner that I want, we'd have to use a top 5 pick. That's all there is to it, and we're not going to be able to do it because we got to get a quarterback. But I would want Leonard Moore, the corner from fucking Notre Dame. Amazing. Ironically, his teammate is probably the best safety in the class too. That guy I would take. That guy I would take in the teens. But yeah, I would take our quarterback first. Then, dude, if the players are still there and we can do it, either like a Colin Simmons or a Dylan Stewart, or, you know, a best pass rusher we could right there, and get one of those guys to plug in opposite Bailey. You trade McDonald, get some value back out of him, and then grab the badass fucking safety. You get, you know, to your 2nd and 3rd round picks, you can pick up your linebacker and your center, and then boom, like the team is basically done. And then everything you pick after that is just depth and you know, filling in your backups. So I'm all about it, man. Fucking I can't wait, because that's the thing. We do still have a couple of holes on this team, but with the picks we have next year, we can easily fill all of them. And I've already been digging in, man. I've been, hopefully we're not talking draft in October and November this year. Hopefully we don't have to think about any of that shit for a long, long time. However, that doesn't mean that myself as a content creator doesn't have to do any research on the prospects. And right now I'm in like the early phases of that, doing some of the summer scouting stuff. So taking my first look at some of these guys, and but it makes me really eager for to be able to put those finishing touches on this thing.
I feel you. I'm completely lost when it comes to any of that, Ricky. I'm lost. I don't know. Like I said,
I got you. I got you covered. And you know what? As far as that goes, I could probably turn you on to one or two YouTube channels that, like, that's all you would have to do. If you watch these two guys and nothing else, you would learn everything you needed to know about the draft. But both of them cover all the top prospects, obviously. But then the one guy who he's actually a Jets fan like us. He does a thing where it's like hidden gems of the draft, and they're just like little shorts on different players. But if you want to get like really, really good insight on like a lot of the day 3 guys that aren't the top names, those videos are awesome. There was one of those a year ago that it came out way ahead of time. It was like way ahead of the season. And in the video, the guy was like, if this guy can improve his run defense and, quicker get off, and like listed the things that he needed to improve, he could really be something. And the guy did everything that was suggested and more, and had a really good season last year. And then ended up being, one of the more highly touted defensive tackles in that class. And I was way ahead of the curve on that. And people were like, damn, dude, you were talking about him months ago. And I was like, yeah, I sure would, I knew or something. But if it wasn't for that guy's video, I wouldn't have known. But yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff. The one is the Draft Hub, and the other one is JWAC Gridiron, and both of those are really, really super good draft content. But dude, it's like almost midnight. I'm gonna go and start winding this thing down. Shortly after midnight, I got to go and check my other computer so I can see that I did not win the Powerball tonight.
Well, I hope you do.
Oh, I hope I do too. And one more time before I get out of here, anybody, if anybody is in a position to help out Bill right now, like I said, Bill is probably my number one supporter. He's always the first guy here, leaving a comment, showing his support for this show. And he does that for every show. He's a great guy. Like I said, he's, only trying to get up about like 40 or 50 bucks, just a remainder of what he needed so he can get this bill paid. And we definitely need him here in the community. So anybody that can donate, please do. His Cash App is there at the bottom. If you don't have Cash App, my Zelle information is in the bottom ticker, and you can send it to me and I'll make sure he gets it. But dude, thank you for joining me. I've had a good time rapping with you. Don't be a stranger. And dude, man, yeah, fucking Jets football is almost here. So thank God. Veterans Report on Tuesday. I will be back then, and I'll break down all the defensive side of the ball guys for you on that night. I will see everybody then, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Until then, everybody have a great rest of your weekend, and go Jets. Yeah.
Thank you. Good night. We love you all.